Hi everyone! If you like this episode or it helps you on your project, help us out by subscribing to us. Good luck on your project, and as always, thanks for watching.
Hello, welcome back to Shifting Gears. Today we've got a 2009 HHR that the turn signal doesn't like to turn off when you go around corners and stuff. Fairly simple, quick, easy fix. Show you how to do it real quick. It applies to the HHR, Cobalt, several other vehicles, multiple years. So just something to take a look at and fix your turn signal if you have an issue. Let's see what's going on. Alright, so now what we're going to do, you can turn the turn signal on. See it flashing there on the dash. Turn your wheel. Bring it back. It didn't kick off. Oh, finally did. Do it the other way. You can see it's not turning off there either. Well, we're going to show you a quick, easy way to fix that. Alright, first thing we're going to do, look underneath the steering wheel on the shroud that goes around the column. You got 3 7mm screws you need to pull out. So let's get those out real fast. Once you have those 3 screws out, you're better off to go ahead and lower the column. Reach up, grab the top piece right above the turn signal switch, and pop it right up, straight up. You can either leave it there, pull it out of your way, either way. It goes down behind the cluster piece. And just to save the work, I'm just going to leave it where it is. Get your key out of the way. And let's get the bottom piece separated. There we go. Now you have access to your turn signal switch. Okay, so now that we've got that stuff prepped, I'm going to go ahead and get the bezel around the cluster out. Got 2 Phillips screws up top. Simple enough, just turn them out. And we'll take a pick, screwdriver, something like that. Just be careful not to scratch it. Work it up under it. Pop that out. Same thing on the other side. And now we've got that out of the way. Alright, next thing. You got 2 connectors on the back side of the turn signal switch here. The first one's got a little tab that you push, and as you're pushing it in, you pull out. The easy way, use a pocket screwdriver. If you push, you can actually use the pocket screwdriver to shove it back at the same time. The other one, if you look at it, it might be kind of hard to see. It's got a little clasp right here. Pull it out just a little bit. Be careful not to pull it out too far because they do like to break. And wiggle that out. Now that we've got that unplugged, next step, if you look, there's a lock tab at the top right here. There's another one at the bottom underneath, directly under it. Disengage those, which in this case they stay down. You can just simply pull a switch out. Now if for some reason you have a hard time getting those down, there's little access holes right here that you can use and push them down using that also. Alright, there's your turn signal switch. Now let's get it apart and I'll show you what to do. Alright, now we got it out where we can actually work on it. You got 4 Phillips screws there. Let's go ahead and get those out. take the plate off. Now if you look, you got a metal spring here, you got a metal spring here. And you gain access to those metal springs. Alright, now that we've got it apart, what we're going to do is it's kind of hooked in here. Pull it out. It was like that. We're going to flip it. And put it back in. Make sure you put this back the way that it was. If you can keep it together, that will help you tremendously. Now this little piece of metal will get weak, lose its springiness, and kind of twist over time. So really all you gotta do is flip it around. Get them hooked back in there, hold everything together, which is in a lot of cases easier said than done. Put everything back together, get your plate back on there. Put your screws back in. Now remember, you got metal screws going into plastic. So when you go to start those, turn them backwards until you feel them kind of pop, and then tighten them down. If you listen real closely when the screw's ready to go back down, not only do you feel the little pop in the screwdriver, you get an audible little pop also. Alright, so now we got it back together. We're going to pop it back in, plug it back up, and before we put anything else together, we're going to test it and verify the repair. Alright, so now all you have to do is just slide it back into its place, plug it back in, let's see what happens. Lock this in place. Alright, so turn signal's on, turn it around, shuts off. Do it the other way. Shutting off every time now, it's just like it should. And now we get to get it back together, and this one will be done. Alright, time to put it back together. Of course, we locked the steering wheel in place to test everything out. Unlock it so you got your tilt back. Raise it all the way up and guide the lower piece in around the steering column. Alright, we got the bottom piece in. Drop your steering column down. Let's get the top piece in. Don't try to force it. It's got these little tabs that have to go in certain places. And you don't want to break them. Yeah, that snap back in. So we can raise it up, lock the steering column in its place, and it's time to put the screws in the bottom now. Alright, don't forget we got the same scenario going here as we did with the switch. Metal screws going into plastic. And don't forget, once you get them slid up where they need to go, turn them backwards until you can feel that pop. Of course, this one hole right here is way up in there, and it's hard to get a tool in there and see, so that's probably one of the harder ones to do. Alright, I'm going to go grab a regular ratchet because you don't want to run the metal screws into plastic with the impact. You'll end up stripping the holes out and causing yourself other problems. Alright, now we got the ratchet. Snug them up. Keep in mind, They don't have to be extraordinarily tight, just snug them up a little bit. As you can see, I'm just holding on to the head of the ratchet and twisting there rather than out at the handle, keep me from over tightening them. Now that we've got the shroud hooked back in and everything like it should be, we'll go ahead and get the bezel around the cluster. Simple enough. Take it in there, work the top piece in. Keep in mind that it went behind this piece. So you gotta work it in behind that on the cluster. Since it's being such a pain, I went ahead and put the bottom pieces in where they go. And I'll use a little screwdriver and kind of work this in like it should be. There's that. You start toward the bottom, get a section in, and you work your way to the top, and eventually it'll all just snap in just like that. Make sure everything is good and tight. Now we got to put the screws in. And there you go. We now have working turn signals on the HHR. Let's see. Well, as testing it afterwards showed, we fixed the turn signals on this. It was relatively quick, didn't take very long at all. It was easy to do aside from holding a couple pieces together, and best of all, it was free. You just had to use what was there. Just had to flip the spring around, that's it. So until next time, don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on YouTube, and we'll see you for the next video. Thank you.
Alright, and give me 5.
Butterfingers. Jeez. Being a bit of a butt. Lay on my back. I'm gonna get my boogie out. That one doesn't want to come out. There does that one. What's going on? Being a pain. Being a big pain. Why must you fight me? My camera guy's thinking I'm forgetting to put the bezel in around the cluster. Tell him he's wrong. Make sure you put this back the way that it was, without letting your spring pop out. And this is a pain in the butt getting everything to hold together, by the way.
Quick and easy, folks. Quick and easy.